So it's been a year since I started my YouTube journey, and even though my channel is still very small, and I'm a long ways away from 1,000 subscribers, this journey has completely changed my life. Namely, it has significantly reshaped the way I see and understand certain things. And today, I'd like to share some of those with you. So let's dive right into it. I'll be honest, before I got started, I definitely overestimated how this was gonna go. I thought reaching 1,000 subscribers would be relatively easy. I have more than 600 friends on Instagram and more than 1,300 friends on Facebook, so I thought I'd have at least 500 subscribers pretty quickly. Once all my online friends found out about my channel, they would subscribe, right? Well, as it turns out, that wasn't quite the case. When I shared with everyone that I had started a YouTube channel, I think my subscriber count jumped to a solid 57 people, and that was definitely a wake-up call. Oh, reaching 1,000 subscribers is actually not going to be relatively easy. And that was kind of hard to process at first. It was a bit deflating, but the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. I wouldn't necessarily just subscribe to my random Facebook friend's new YouTube channel. I'd first want to see whether the videos were good or not, and whether the content was useful or interesting to me. And if those two conditions were met, then maybe I'd consider subscribing to their channel. So, I get it. If that's how I would feel, I'm sure that's how everyone else felt about me starting a channel. I learned that I wasn't just going to get handed everything. I was going to have to do the work. I was going to have to make videos that were both good and useful or interesting to people. I was going to have to earn every new subscriber that came my way. And with that has come an extremely heightened sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the small, seemingly insignificant things. I get super excited every time I see my subscriber count go up by 1. I've become incredibly grateful for every view, like, and comment left on one of my videos. And I'm beyond appreciative whenever someone reaches out to me personally to let me know that they liked something. By the way, if you enjoy my videos or find them insightful, it would really mean a lot to me if you were to leave a like and a comment. These signal to the YouTube algorithm that this video is worth watching, and that increases the chances that it'll get pushed out further. No pressure, of course, but I promise you it doesn't go unnoticed or unappreciated. And on that note, reflecting where I am after a year, I'm so grateful to have hit, at the time of filming, 174 subscribers. I know that doesn't seem like much, but considering that I had 57 subscribers after going public, I've essentially tripled my subscriber count in 1 year. And I think that's a pretty worthwhile accomplishment. If you're one of those people, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being on this journey with me. Another thing I'm really grateful for is the fact that one of my videos has kind of taken off and made it out into the world of the YouTube algorithm. My video, What I've Learned from Starting Muay Thai in My 30s, is currently sitting at over 13,000 views. If you told me when I first started that after a year I'd have a video that was sitting at 13,000 views, I'd be in disbelief. Sometimes I still am. And it's kind of funny how that happened. I had recently added a friend from my kickboxing class on Instagram, and he saw my YouTube channel and found that video. And then he sent it to a bunch of guys from the gym, because when I went to the next class, some of them were like, "Yo, I saw your video." And that was funny and also embarrassing. But then I started getting random comments on it. More people were watching it. All of a sudden, it didn't have 143 views. It had 700. My friend sharing it out had essentially told YouTube that this video was worth watching. So it seemed like the algorithm had started to recommend it to people who were either into or interested in starting Muay Thai. And since then, the views have steadily continued to climb. And I initially had some mixed feelings about this. That was the second video I posted, but it was actually the first video I ever filmed. And when I look back on it, there's a lot of things I don't love about it. I feel like I move around too much, or that I look uncomfortable in front of the camera. I feel like I could have done a better job cutting out the spaces between my sentences. And I wasn't planning on becoming a Muay Thai channel. All in all, if given the choice, it wasn't the video I would have chosen to take off, but I quickly got over all that. Now, it's become my little beacon of hope that this channel might blow up sooner rather than later. So I'm super grateful to my kickboxing friend Kevin for sharing that video, even though it was embarrassing at the time, because him doing that is what got it out into the world and into the YouTube algorithm. And that's more than I could ever ask for as a new YouTuber. So yeah. Starting this channel has been super humbling, but it's truly helped me understand how many little things there are to be grateful for, not just on this YouTube journey, but in life. While I'm grateful for a lot of things, this year has also been a grind. It takes a lot of time and effort to make these videos, and I feel like I've been going pretty hard. This is my 40th video. which means I've made on average one video every 1.3 weeks over this past year. I'd say each video takes between 15 to 25 hours to make, taking into account the idea generation, script writing, filming, and editing. So I've dedicated hundreds of hours building this channel over the last year, and sometimes it's hard to feel like this is worth it. There's no guarantee that this is going to work out. There's no guarantee that all this effort is going to pay off. And in today's society, where so many things provide instant or immediate reward, this has been a hard-hitting lesson in the opposite. It's been a crash course on delayed gratification. But it's also been a lesson on not dwelling what you can't control and focusing on what you can. I can't control the number of views I get on my videos, or the number of people who choose to subscribe. But what I can do is focus on making the best videos I possibly can. I can focus on my own strive for persistence and excellence. And that's mainly what I've been trying to focus on over this past year. Look, most of my videos have less than 100 views. And yeah, it'd be really nice if those numbers were higher, but I don't really dwell on it if the video I just posted doesn't do well. It's kind of just like, okay, well, on to the next one. And even if no one really watches them, I'm still really proud of every single video that I've made. I feel like each one has a useful concept, a helpful insight, or a good point. And that's what I wanted to achieve. I want people to watch my videos and think, oh, I didn't think about it that way, but that makes so much sense. I want them to come away feeling like they've gained new insight or considered a new perspective. I want them to feel like they resonated and connected with what I said. And I feel like that's been a much better thing to focus on, rather than just aiming for views. Recently, I watched a great video by Think Media, where one of the tips for small YouTubers was that you shouldn't chase money, you should chase mastery. And I think this is a fantastic concept. Not just for YouTube, but for life as well. If you're only chasing money, you'll be much more likely to give up on whatever it is you're doing if it doesn't work out right away. Instead, the advice is to chase mastering your craft. Focus on learning how to do what you do the best way it can be done. Perfect your skills, and money and success will follow. So even though I'm not there yet, I think this journey has truly helped me discover the ingredients for long-term success, focusing on persistence, excellence, and delayed gratification. Now, like most people, I struggle with comparing myself to others who started at the same time and place as me, but who are now making more money, or who now have a higher level job. Others who are doing better, or who are more successful than me. And initially, it was the same on YouTube, but I wasn't comparing myself to the big channels. I found that I was comparing myself to the smaller channels with maybe a few thousand subscribers. Ones with only a few videos that had seemingly blown up quickly and effortlessly. Or the channels where I'd watch their videos and think, I feel like my videos are better than these. I would look at these channels and think, why not me? I'd feel jealous that they stumbled across success so quickly, or success had found them at all, when I felt like my videos were more deserving of it. But this small mindset has shifted and grown a lot in this past year. As I've begun to have more appreciation for the overall process, I've also come to realize that everyone is on their own journey of trying to live the best life possible for themselves. And maybe they've been a bit lucky, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve that success. More importantly, their success isn't preventing my own or taking away its potential. And I think that's completely reframed how I see and compare myself to these channels. It's gone from why not me to why not me. Where I used to feel resentment, I now mostly feel encouragement. If they can make it, so can I. If success found them, it can find me too. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. And one day, it'll be my turn. All in all, starting this journey has completely reframed my sense of self-comparison. And now it's one that feels so much better. Since high school, it had always been a dream of mine to be a YouTuber. And for most of my life, up until last year, I never pursued it. And the only reason I never pursued it was because I was afraid. I was afraid to put myself out there. I was afraid to ask people to believe in me. I was afraid to fail publicly. And let me tell you what the single hardest thing has been over this past year. It wasn't all the long hours. It wasn't dealing with the fact that my videos don't get a lot of views. The hardest part about this was making the post announcing to my network that I had started a YouTube channel, asking them to follow along if they were interested. The hardest part was finally facing the fear that had always prevented me from starting in the first place. And as soon as I got past that point, all that fear disappeared. No one criticized or ridiculed me. All of the responses were supportive. Part of me couldn't believe that I had let fear hold me back all this time. All of it had been in my own head. And I think this is the case for a lot of things that people might want to try, but are too afraid to put themselves out there to do so. The unknown makes it scary. For a lot of these things, the hardest part is often just getting started. But as soon as you take those first few steps out into the unknown, continuing forward becomes so much easier. And now that it's been a year of pursuing my dream, a dream that I had been too afraid to pursue for so long, I feel like a completely different person. I have purpose. I have a fire ignited within me. This has made me believe that I can do anything that I put my mind to. I feel like I'm self-actualizing, which is something that I always felt had been missing from my life. It's been a year, but it also feels like I'm only just getting started. And I think things are really going to go up from here. I'm filming this on a new camera, so I'm no longer using my 5-year-old Samsung S9 Galaxy to film my videos. I'm constantly thinking of all the different ways to get better. I love doing this, and I have full belief that I will one day have a monetized YouTube channel. So I'm really excited for this next year ahead. And look, I know not everyone wants to start a YouTube channel. That was the thing that I had always wanted to do for myself. But maybe you have your own thing that you've always wanted to do, that you've always held yourself back from. Maybe it was risky and you preferred to play it safe. And I absolutely, totally understand that. But pursuing the thing that I've always wanted to do, even though I haven't made it yet, has completely changed my life. It's put me on the path to becoming the best possible version of myself. And should you choose to pursue your own thing, just as I did a year ago, I am certain that it will completely change your life in these same ways. Anyway, that's it for today. If this resonated with you, you may enjoy this video as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.